everybody? I'm Brandon. Today I'm about to do another video from Full Mount MMA. This is 10 MMA fighters who got seriously hurt part 2. I've already done part 1. Y'all said y'all ready for part 2. I'm ready for it as well. Part 1 was fire. Now we're going to see part 2. Before I hop into it though, make sure y'all go check out my EP. It's Fuego. I just went to the studio 2 days ago. The reason why I didn't put up any reactions yesterday because I went to the studio 2 days ago. I was out till like 3 a.m. You know what I'm saying? I ain't go to bed till like 5 a.m. that day. But I recorded 3 new songs. Bro, that's all I gotta say. But anyway, go check out my EP. That shit fire. But yeah, man, we about to see these MMA fighters that got injured. Like I always say, niggas that do MMA, first off, you got cojones. Your cojones, they got grande cojones in order to do MMA. In order to do MMA, boxing, kickboxing, anything of that nature, they got cojones, bro. And they got heart. But when niggas get injured, seriously injured, and they still come back and do it, I think they're crazy. But yeah, man, I'm ready to hop on into it. Let's go.
MMA is one of the world's most dangerous sports. Beyond the bright lights and trash talk, athletes put their bodies on the line every time they step into the octagon. It's honestly a rarity when the smallest injuries don't happen. In a sport like this, it's inevitable that people will get seriously injured. So today, we're going to be taking a look at our second installment of 10 fighters who got seriously hurt in MMA. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when we post our other videos.
Maybe.
Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Former UFC strawweight champion Joanna Jędrzejczyk has been through some absolute wars in her career, but the biggest battle came when she faced Zhang Weili at UFC 248 in a bid to regain her strawweight title. Prior to the fight, Joanna was 2-3 in her last 5 bouts, but her confidence was higher than ever, which can be seen in the media day face-offs, where she doesn't stop talking to Zhang, who promptly tells her to shut up.
She's not worried about it. Yeah.
Under the bright lights of the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Joanna and Zhang went to war in one of the greatest fights in UFC history, where both fighters traded dangerous blows back and forth for 5 rounds. The extent of the battle can be seen on both athletes, but Joanna looks transformed, as her head is seemingly one massive hematoma. Thankfully, she received treatment and showed off her war wounds even more, posting a video to her Instagram showing the severity of her facial bruise.
Her head does look oddly shaped, but that's just not her normal head shape.
Guys, made it home. I'm in Poland. It's almost 2 a.m. Happy to be back home. Took a long shower. I unpacked some stuff. Now I'm having a small home spa. It's a mud mask, of course.
I thought all those were bruises
on my face, on my chest. The swelling went down, but I feel better. So we good.
Alright, that's good. I thought all those were bruises. I was like, God damn, she got fucked up.
But be safe, guys. Okay, be safe. Kisses.
PAIVA. UFC Uruguay was a highly
Could y'all ever date a woman that was a professional MMA fighter? You know she'll beat your ass.
anticipated event, largely because it was the UFC's first venture there. But on the night, we saw some absolute wars, which brings us to this moment, featuring Hallie and PAIVA. Leading up to his fight against Rogerio Bontorin, PAIVA was 4-1 and favored to win the contest. However, early in the first round, Bontorin nailed PAIVA with a vicious knee, causing a cut to the eyelid. PAIVA fought on, but the cut was too deep and the fight was eventually called off via a doctor's stoppage. Dana White later posted a before and after picture of PAIVA's eye, and well, you may or may not want to look. PAIVA even left a comment on the post saying, "Too bad I couldn't continue fighting," before thanking the UFC for taking care of him. The strength and dedication that the athletes show is amazing.
Yeah, bro.
Mike Perry.
You see that
Sticking with UFC Uruguay, we now go to welterweight Mike Perry, who's a fan favorite, and he showed us exactly the reason why during his clash with Vicente Luque. The desire to win from both athletes was obvious from the start, punishing each other with vicious strikes throughout the 3 rounds. It was a war, a bloodbath, and everything fans wanted to see. However, the one thing they did not expect to see was Mike Perry's nose, or lack thereof. A flying knee in the 3rd round from Luque seemed to be the cause of the injury, worsened by the strikes to the head that followed. As Luque was announced the victor by split decision, it's hard not to stare at Perry's nose. Later, Perry posted an update to his Instagram after the surgery, with the caption, "Can't knock me out." CYBORG SANTOS.
Damn.
The decision is...
Damn. You see it? It's hella just... That's what
hard
I'm saying,
not to stare at Perry's
They got
nose.
cojones,
Later,
bro.
Perry posted an update to his Instagram after the surgery, with the caption, "Can't knock me out."
Yeah, that's crazy.
CYBORG SANTOS. The flying knee is a fan-favorite strike, and when executed correctly, it can have devastating effects. One of the best examples to prove the carnage the knee can cause was at Bellator 158 back in July of 2016, where Michael Venom Page delivered one of the most brutal knockouts in MMA. Facing Brazilian MMA veteran CYBORG Santos, many expected MVP to have the advantage with his unique striking style. As CYBORG goes in with a strike, MVP leaps into action, nailing him in the middle of his forehead with a brutal knee that echoes throughout the arena.
Fight, you lose off the liver shot.
I heard that.
Santos is on the canvas and doesn't move from cradling his head, while MVP rolls a Pokeball at the downed opponent. The seriousness of the injury is shown in the hospital scans later, where CYBORG's skull is quite literally broken, and unfortunately that was career-ending.
Yeah. So after the fight, I had fractured his skull. So his skull had kind of concaved.
Yeah, bro.
And even like the doctor was saying, that's the kind of stuff you'd see in like a car accident.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's very rare to see in a fight. At the time, because he fell over face down, and it's weird, like same thing you're saying about the sound. In the moment, I didn't hear any sound. When I watched the video back, then I'm like, oh snap! You can actually hear it. Kind of.
That shit was crazy.
Same thing you're saying. It's almost like a baseball bat hit, like you're hitting a home run. Just, like just knocking it out. Yeah,
a bone on bone.
KAROLINA KOWALKIEWICZ. Former UFC strawweight contender KAROLINA KOWALKIEWICZ suffered her fourth consecutive loss in February of 2020 at UFC Auckland, where she was beaten by unanimous decision by Yan Xiaonan. During the bout, KOWALKIEWICZ received a nasty kick to the head, which seemingly caused damage to her right eye. After the bout, KAROLINA posted an emotional video to her Instagram account, giving her fans an update and announcing she had broken her eye socket and required surgery.
First time in my life after fight, I cannot say I'm okay. In the beginning of first round, I have broken small bone here.
This one right here.
And eye nerve stuck there, and I couldn't see nothing. My vision was double. After fight, I spent whole day in hospital. Today I going to specialist and they make decision because I need operation. But doctor said I have to stay here because flying with this eye is very dangerous.
The extent of this was later revealed when she posted a video to her Instagram, displaying her eye definitely not looking the way it should. She received her surgery, which included a titanium plate inserted to correct the facial damage. Corey Hill. Corey Hill's career would take a completely different trajectory following this at times unwatchable injury. Corey Hill was scheduled to face Dale Hart at UFC Fight for the Troops back in 2008. It was in the second round of the 3-round contest that horror would strike. Hill threw a right leg kick, which was checked by his opponent. The force of the kick caused Hill's ankle to literally snap in two.
Come out in the first round versus Dale Hart, doing a lot of leg kicks, just kicks to the body. Unfortunately, in the second round, I threw a low kick to the legs that was well checked by Dale Hart, which caused me to sustain a fracture to my tibia and fibia. The mental shock of having something like that happen to you is almost too much to bear for a normal person.
Donald Cerrone. Donald Cerrone and Tony Ferguson was a highly anticipated fight, which created a massive buzz for the already stacked UFC 238 card. And with the added implications of a potential title shot at stake, everything was to play for. The only downside to this fight on paper was that there would only be 3 rounds to it. But as the athletes finally began to fight each other, fans weren't prepared for the spectacle they would witness. After a thrilling first round with Ferguson landing 31 blows to Cerrone's head and Cerrone landing 28 back at him, the second round just couldn't come sooner. As the round began, Ferguson was relentless in pushing the pace, which caused the swelling on Cerrone's face and damage to his nose to get progressively worse. It was at the end of the second round that Cerrone unfortunately made the mistake of blowing his nose while it was broken, causing his eye to swell up so much Cerrone couldn't see. This unfortunate mistake had to stop the war, and it was devastating for fans, but it was still a spectacular fight to see. It also forced a reaction from both fighters in their post-fight interviews.
Talk to Cowboy. You're right, I shouldn't have blown my nose. I'm a veteran, I'm old school, and I should have known that. But I did, and I humbly couldn't finish the fight, and I apologize.
Wait,
John Jones.
So blowing his nose caused the blood to go up to his eye? I don't know.
Back at UFC 159,
like
Jones faced American gangster
I'm not a UFC fighter
in his
at all,
fifth title defense after beating Shogun Rua to take the title. Jones demonstrated exactly why it was his fifth defense since taking the title, defeating Sonnen via KO/TKO in the first round of the contest. Upon victory, Jones is declared the winner and starts celebrating. As Joe Rogan approaches for the usual post-fight interview, Jones points down at his foot, only then realizing himself that the injury had happened. When the moment that the break happened was shown, it's even more horrific, as you can see for yourself.
Well, I wasn't planning on breaking my big toe. It's all nasty, man.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to Jamaica after this. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Rob Evans. Rob Evans faced Ross Pettifer at Cage Rage 4 in his MMA debut. As the round begins, Evans immediately throws a leg kick, but as he returns his foot back to the canvas, it snaps horribly, and the fight is called off just 4 seconds into the bout. You can see the ankle bend back on itself even before the fighter falls to the canvas. Unfortunately, it bends even further back when he hits the floor.
That shit bent back like it was a fucking spaghetti noodle. Did you see that? Look.
And the fight is called off just 4 seconds into the bout. You can see the ankle bend back on itself even before the fighter falls to the canvas. Unfortunately, it bends even further back when he hits the floor. Jonathan King.
That shit crazy.
Back in 2019, American Combat Alliance hosted its Rite of Passage 6 event. One of the fights in particular stole all of the headlines for all of the wrong reasons. In the fifth fight of the night, Jonathan King faced Chris Williams in an amateur bout. The two go at it and trade a few shots before King throws a leg kick, which he lands. But it's yet again that the step back into the stance is where we see arguably one of the worst injuries ever seen in the sport. King's ankle is broken at a 90-degree angle, and it's not until he's down on the canvas that we see the true extent of this horrific injury. That's just about gonna wrap it up. For a list of
yeah, bro, yeah, that shit crazy. I told y'all, like, hey, I might take some MMA classes. Fuck all that. No, I'm kidding. I still will. When everything opens up, I still will. But I'm not gonna be fighting like this. I don't plan on doing that. I just want to take it for myself because I want to learn how to kick, and you know what I'm saying? I already know how to punch. I already know how to box. But I want to do MMA. I feel like that'll be kind of tight to learn. You feel me? So yeah. But anyway, this was Full Mount MMA. Great video like always. Yeah, these people getting hurt. Like I said, they got cojones and the women got ovaries, but y'all are insane because they be ready to just heal and go back at it. I mean, but I guess you could look at a lot of contact sports. Look at football. I messed up my knee when I played football. That bitch healed, and I went back out there and kept playing. You know what I'm saying? Well, after a few months of it healing, I went back out there and kept playing. So I guess it's like that for a lot of sports. People will break their leg doing something, break their ankle playing basketball. Ankle heal. All right, I'm back to playing. So I guess injuries always happen, but I don't know. It's just more gruesome when it happens, like when you're fighting, to me. I don't know why. But anyway, I'm going to see y'all next time. I hope all of you have a great day today, man. Peace.